Welcome to the game where you are the detective and the players are the victims. This is POV Tabletop, Death on Lake Eerier, the serial where you must solve the murders. I'm your game master, AJ Canfield, and my doomed players today are Jonathan Hernklotz and Camden Spring. Hello, welcome, thank you for coming. Good luck sleuthing today. This is case file 003, Brody Lambert Jr. and Eloise Lovelane. You arrived last night to this town that Brody suggested the two of you come to finish your student film, or to maybe start your student film, depending on how you look at it. It's, the semester's coming to an end not too long. You only have 2 months, maybe less. You probably have 2 months to finish this project that you guys were assigned to work on together, and you haven't made a ton of progress, so now you're here technically in the town of Craigsville, but you saw the downtown of Craigsville last night a little bit. All the stoplights had turned into just blinking stop signs. There was one street. You kept driving 20 minutes to the middle of nowhere. I think for a moment, Eloise, you maybe were like, this is how I get murdered by this guy that I don't know who's asking me to come to his remote house. But it all went fine, and it's a beautiful house, and you got there last night, and the heat wasn't on, so it's freezing cold. Brody, you went into the room that you slept in when you came here as a kid. It used to be Winnie the Pooh themed. Mm. Now it's just sailboat core, generic, nautical, chic art of sailboats and a rug made out of rope, and it's no longer a place where your family comes, which you remember a little bit from when you were a kid before, things kind of fell apart with your parents. Now it's just like a rental Airbnb where people come and stay in the summer. You haven't been back for a long time. Looks very different from what you remember. Eloise, your room is similarly styled, but there's a desk in here for you to work in. Again, freezing right now as you guys, kick on the heat. We have a little spot to work and a little room, and all seems quiet, maybe like extremely quiet as you get here that night. The next morning, you wake up somehow having slept a little bit as the heat slowly warmed through the house, and you sit down at your computer, Eloise, and I need you to roll a brains to see how well the script is coming along, just to start. First roll.
8.
Okay. And that's, great. So that's pretty good. You're like, okay, you're off campus, you're away from your other professors let you come away for a couple days and skip some classes so that you can really focus on this. So you're feeling good about being in a remote spot, and like, it was creepy last night, but now it's morning and it's fine. You weren't killed in the middle of the night.
Yeah. The sun's shining.
The sun is shining. Yeah. And I think even your window, you can look out. It's a pretty lake. The only thing is, like, the water's kind of low, and that's a little weird, but it's a pretty lake, and it's like nice and peaceful. And so you start writing, and you're feeling pretty good about it. And then at some point you realize you need like your morning pick-me-up. So you head out to the kitchen. What's your normal go-to for morning beverages?
Just straight black coffee.
Straight black coffee. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm a writer.
You're
just
like,
keep it simple.
You're like, go into the kitchen, just going to make some coffee.
Yep. Easy and quick.
And I think Brody's not around. He's clearly still sleeping. He didn't wake up early to script write. So you're just like trying to maybe opening a little loud just in case it will get him up to like start actually doing what you're supposed to be here for. But you see a coffee pot, no coffee. There's filters, but there's no coffee. And also, I think it dawns on you that Brody never mentioned food. You never mentioned food. You're now here and you don't know, like, you're looking in the cabinets and there's not really any food here. And you guys didn't really talk through the logistics of a lot of this. You just kind of decided to come.
I'm feeling like this is going to go horribly.
Yeah. And Brody, give me a grit roll to see how hungry you wake up, because you also didn't plan for food, and now it's morning and you haven't eaten.
3.
Okay, that's pretty high for your grit.
Yeah.
You wake up, you hear some cabinets opening and closing, and you're not starving, but you're like, oh, time for breakfast. Maybe Eloise is making breakfast.
Yeah, he just thinks it's gonna appear on the table.
So
yeah, rich kids.
So I think you go out of your room and kind of see what's going on with breakfast.
Yeah. Hey, you making something? We starting the day off strong?
I'm just trying to make some coffee. I would try and make some food, but it doesn't look like there's anything around.
Oh,
When's the last time you or anyone was here?
I was here just the other 10, 12, 15, I don't know, a few years ago.
Right, okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so anything that's here is probably going to be expired as well.
Well, I mean, it gets rented out every once in a while. Check that cabinet right there. See if there's any that's where you used to keep the coffee.
I'm gonna let you check it out.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to just like where they used to be at least.
Yeah, I think
up.
there's lot. You know how you go to like an Airbnb or something, and there's lots of like spices and like ingredients to add to things, but they're not like the actual things you need. Yeah. So I think you're like, right, this is where the coffee would be, but there's not anything cinnamon. Here.
Is this like a good substitute? Does that work?
I guess we just have to mix that with some hot water.
And Brody, go ahead and give me a grit roll to see if you remember, like, how did we get, when I was 10, how did we get food? You came here for the summer. So you're like trying to remember how you got food, and I think the answer is it was just here. It was just here. And so like you're trying to think like, are there restaurants around here? You're gonna have to look it up because you just remember being handed a peanut butter sandwich and sent back to the beach. Like it's not super. And you look outside, it looks so depressing here. I mean, it's like it was so beautiful in the summer. The sun was shining. Your siblings were all together. Your parents weren't divorced. Like you're looking out now and it's bleak.
See the reflection of my past memories of playing.
Sort of. You're like you see the cinematography. You're like, wow, that would be a beautiful scene in a movie.
Framing it up in my head.
Yeah, and so that's kind of your like how you're feeling about that. So you mix some cinnamon with water, and then what are you guys gonna do? At some point, you're gonna have to figure out food.
Yeah, I guess we really. How far away is town? Do you know?
I mean, there's a few places around the lake we could just see. We could just start walking, I guess. I mean, does your phone have service?
There's a little. I think you have enough that you could do a search. Okay. Like it's not terrible service because again, this is a place where like wealthy people come. So if the service was too bad, people would be pretty pissed. So it's all right. It's decent.
I do want to just be honest though, Brody. I didn't bring a lot of money.
Oh, it's okay. I got my parents left their credit card. It's all good.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, okay. No, that's great. Yeah. No, I work. I have a couple jobs, so I could in a few months I can probably pay you back for. For my half of stuff.
You could say you're doing the scripts or whatever. Is that coming along? You got progress on it?
Yep. I'm working on it. Yeah.
Help? Can I?
Have you ever written? Do you?
No.
I think maybe I'll stick with the script and you do the, you can think about the shots and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Great. So you guys like look up if you like what's here. Quick search lets you know that there's Bait and Boats, which you kind of are like, yeah, there was a boat shop. It comes up as a convenience store. The boat rental place. So you're like, okay. And then there's also Allen's All Day Pizza, which opens from 7 to 7. And you see that the first thing that comes up is famous for their breakfast pizza.
I mean,
and so those are the two like food spots within a couple minutes. After that, it's like 20 minutes to Craigsville, 40 minutes to the next town. So if you're wanting something close, those are your two options.
I'll let you choose. I mean, we don't even know each other that well, and now we're having a meal together, and you're paying, so you can choose.
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember getting pizza one time, but it was here, not there, so I don't know how it's gonna be. Also, it's like 10, 11 years ago. I've heard doing a fish cleanse is really good for the mind, to wake you up, and so the bait and tackle shop might be good.
Let's go for the pizza.
Okay, yeah. Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I was researching fish cleanses a couple years ago, and some people were getting parasites. So this doesn't seem like the place really to.
That was one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah.
But
and I think as you say that, and you guys like get your stuff to go, like, okay, we got to go at least do some like get some food because it's morning's going by. Give me I'll say a brains roll as you walk outside to just, as you're talking about like parasites and fish cleanses, just to take a whiff of what's going on and be like, am I in danger of a parasite just being in this like weird lake that's kind of receding?
10.
10? Okay, so I think it doesn't smell great out here. And you kind of look, what might have been like a little beach, sort of like private beach area is like pretty muddy. There's some carcasses of fish. I mean, the lake is not looking great. Even not just winter. You're like, this isn't just, oh, it's winter. This is like, the water looks bad. Something is wrong with the water. And then
I just want to ask, Brody, has it always been like this?
No. I mean, sometimes my brothers swim in there.
Oh, okay.
And I think, if you want to give me I would say maybe, give me a brains roll as well.
Okay.
Now that she's calling your attention to this.
Fun.
Yeah, okay. I think as you say that, you're like, oh, it's in the summer it's better, but then you actually look at it and you're like, that looks terrible. Like that, wait, no, it used to be like up to the, like, there wasn't a long stretch of beach. It was just like you go out the back door and you're basically in the water, like, so I think as she calls your attention to it, you kind of like notice that.
Yeah. And then again, maybe, no, it hasn't always looked like that.
Okay, that's comforting.
And maybe that'll be good for a shot. You can just see the receding line and all the dead fish could be poetic in a way.
Okay, I can write that in, I think.
It's difficult for fish to live out of water.
Right. Yeah.
So,
that's a given. Yeah.
So you guys head out, you get in your car, and on the way over, or did you say you wanted to walk? You can walk. I think it's a 10-minute walk. It's a 2-minute drive, so you can walk or drive.
Oh, then driving is instantly. Yeah.
So you get in.
To drive.
10 minutes?
It's chilly. I mean, it's like it's late winter, early spring weather, but it's still pretty chilly. And you guys get in the car, and on your way over, give me a flight roll.
Okay.
Because you're trying to avoid this all being a bust. So you're looking around like, is this going to work? You're kind of like scouting, like, is this going to work? Is this a good location? Okay. Like, have I brought us, because now that the water looks weird, you're a little bit like, I think you might be concerned that this town isn't as charming as you remember and as like picturesque as you remember.
Yeah.
So give me just a flight to like
14.
14. Okay. You're looking around and you're like, okay, there's definitely stuff to work with here, but this movie might be less about like, isn't childhood amazing? And it might be more like the bleakness of life and existentialism, which is also very artistic. So there's definitely stuff here for you to, I think you look out and you see the lighthouse that you do like really remember from being a kid as you're driving around, and you're like, as you go, you're going to pass the bait shop, you're going to get close. You're looking at the lighthouse. It's this like rusty, tiny lighthouse. The lake is not huge, so it's like, it's kind of interesting. There's a lighthouse here. There's the little bait shop is next to it, and as you sort of pull in closer, you see police lights. You see that something has happened over at the bait shop as you're sort of passing by.
Yeah, I'll pull over immediately. Grab out whatever backup camera I have.
Okay.
And just like doing B-roll, the kind of shots of like, we could use this for something.
And I'm like, hey, Brody, I don't know if we should be getting so close. This doesn't really seem like our business.
So you guys park in the little beach parking lot, which is like there's like a little parking lot. There's a beach. There's a bait shop. And you see on the beach there's a car, a Subaru flipped upside down. There's caution tape in various places, and at the bait shop, you might remember from when you were young, there was a statue of a turtle.
Yeah. And
it was probably really cool when you were young. It looked super cool, and it was like this turtle with an oar, and it was right in front of the bait and boat shop. It is like, it has fallen into the door of the bait and boat shop and is completely knocked into the door, and the door is shattered.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like generally what you see. You can give me a roll if you want to like look closer, but as you pull out your camera, that's kind of the general scene of what you see. So either of you can give me a roll if you want to look.
Yeah, I'd like No, actually.
And
I
there's an
think-
ambulance here as well.
Let me say true to my character. I don't want any part of this. I'm sitting in the car. This makes me nervous.
Okay, so you're just like sitting there like...
Yeah, and I say to Brody, good thing we didn't do the fish cleanse.
Yeah, that's definitely. I was sneaking in closer to see.
Yeah, so you kind of leave Eloise in the car and you go a little bit closer. And what are you hoping to catch on your Are you just looking for good footage, or are you like...
I think I'm like secretly hoping that there's something more gruesome to really just find, I've never seen anything tragic. I would like to see what would that do to me as a director to really see something traumatic like that.
Okay.
I think I've seen a lot of tragic things in my life. I was really looking forward to making a lighthearted film about a charming town, and I'm sort of spiraling, thinking this is going to end up being a film about a bleak town that's like in the depths of its existence.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you're kind of like not enjoying what's happening.
This is not what he told me it was going to be. This is what I thought.
So yeah, Brody, I'll say if you're just getting footage, then do brains to kind of be aware of what's going on and find the best details to sort of capture. Okay. And I'll say you can use hunch on this because you said you're hoping for something gruesome. You have a hunch that you might get something good. Yeah.
So 9 total.
9. Okay. That's pretty good. You're sort of like zooming in. You see the car. It looks like another car hit this car, but you don't see the other car anywhere. You see like there's at the bait shop, the thing is over, and I think as you're like zooming in for details, you do see that there is a body bag where the ambulance is. Yeah. And so someone has died here. And as you're going back, I think you see the lighthouse again, and it's just like this beautiful shot of zooming in on the lighthouse and zooming out and seeing this whole horrific scene. And as you zoom in on the lighthouse, it catches your eye that there's a lock on the lighthouse door, and it's broken, but it's on there. Okay. So just like you're just kind of like noticing details because you're like zooming and looking for interesting things. So yeah, that's what you notice.
I come back to the car, very, very like pale white. Like this was not like what it was way worse than I was expecting it to be. Yeah.
What was up there?
So someone definitely died. And I kind of feel bad. But it's good for me because I can grow and I can learn from this experience. But I mean, look at this, and I pull up the shot of the lighthouse and just framing those like it's just a great shot, zooming into the gorgeous. But look at the lock.
Oh, it's unlocked.
I think it's broken. Like someone did something to it and then put it up there to make it look like it's.
Oh my gosh, Brody, I don't know if you know this about me, but both my parents are actually dead, and so.
So we should leave.
This is a little difficult for me to process right now, but also if you feel like this is good footage, I'm willing to try and put my feelings aside.
Both of you roll a grit roll right now as you're talking about this, to see how hungry you are.
4.
11.
So you roll it again.
4 again.
Oh my gosh.
3. So 11.
Okay.
11.
You both got an 11. Okay, I think it means opposite things. I think you're hungry, and you're like, but if we need to leave, I'm ready to pack and go home. And I think you're like, I'm starving and I think I'm gonna throw up. Yep. So I'm leaning into starving because if I think about this too much, I'm gonna throw up. You know, and so it's like you have more control than you normally do. Which is you can either throw up or eat something right now. Yeah. Normally you don't have the option because you don't have high grit, but you're like, no, I can hold it together if I eat something right now. It's kind of like what you're feeling.
Yeah. I think I try to talk you through it and realize I'm driving already before I even
follow the Google the maps are up. Really
good, but like maybe we talk about this a little further.
Totally, yeah.
That lighthouse that's a great shot. It is really pretty. We can lean away from death for sure if that's a traumatic experience. Let's stay away from that for you.
Yeah, I think I'm on scholarships at school, and so I just really need this to go well. So
Yeah.
I think we need a clear picture of what we're trying to make this film into.
Let's brainstorm over some sauce.
You arrive. It's still morning. You arrive at Allen's is a few minutes from all that. There's a big neon sign that says, Allen's All Day Pizza, open 7 to 7. And it looks like it's open. I mean, it's after 7, so it looks like it's open. So you guys get out and go, and you sort of, you step in, and the little bell rings, and there's a man sitting at one of the booths eating a pizza with pesto and scrambled eggs and mushrooms and spinach and anchovies. Breakfast pizza. And there's no like wait staff, but there's a man in the back like cooking. And when you come in, he goes, be with you a second.
Okay. Do you think they have any of the pizza without the pesto on it?
I was kind of hoping for like a gravy base for a breakfast pizza.
I would look in the kitchen. Does he have any gravy? Like, is he working on anything that could be?
Give me a. That's just brains. That's just awareness. So it's just brains.
Okay. 7.
7. He has a lot of sauces, so there's a high chance.
Yeah.
So you guys pick a, sort of booth, and he comes out. He's an older man, and he's kind of portly and kind of like clearly dressed like the cook, like he's clearly the one making the food. But he comes out and he goes, pizza, breakfast pizza. Is I got a couple I got it going right now.
Yeah. Do you have any that are like gravy based instead of pesto?
Give me a charm.
Okay.
Roll, and if you get above a 5, you will have a somewhat positive reaction.
Oh boy. 3.
Okay. You see his face sort of crumple at first anger and then a little bit of guilt, and you see him go, she told me people would want gravy pizza, and I didn't. It doesn't matter because it's fine, because she's fine. I'm sorry.
Who, sir? Who told you?
My waitress didn't come into work, and her friend was here last night looking for her, and I haven't heard from her. We kind of called around, no one's heard. She's fine. It's fine. She's a grown woman. She's not my daughter. I don't need to worry about her. But she's always been saying we need to try different pizzas, and no, not that many people like anchovies, and it's weird because the water's going down, and maybe I should have. When she comes back, I'm gonna maybe listen to some of her ideas, because young people like different things.
Yeah, we
like you guys.
Yeah, and, you wouldn't know. It's you seem old. It's okay.
He goes, I'm gonna get you your pizzas, and he just doesn't ask for an order, just walks back into the kitchen. Yeah. What do you guys?
I'm feeling so awkward that I'm here at a restaurant in a booth across a guy that I go to college with that I don't know, and he's so rich and so different from me, and I'm just sitting and I'm like, so, this is your town.
Well, I mean, this was like vacation town, I guess, when we were younger. Yeah, I haven't been here in a little bit.
Yeah, you really tucked it up.
Yeah, I definitely remember it being more frivolous than this. There was always food on the table, and the beach was higher.
Give me a charm roll as you sort of like start to remember different things, and you're like
7.
7? Okay. You're remembering like the things you're saying, absolutely, and you're remembering, and this thing about the bait, like the bait shop was just like this fun little place to go in and like buy a bag of chips. It was like you went, you tried kayaking, and it was like really fun, and you do like water skiing, all this stuff, and I think, and then you also remember, you remember your siblings who are a bit older than you talking about going on top of the high school and smoking. and how much you were so excited that when you turned, like maybe when you turned 12, they would let you go with them. And then you guys didn't come back, you know, like you were like 10 and you were like, I'm going to do that with them someday. And so you kind of remember this, like, you wanted to be a teenager here, you know, and like they were like, oh, we always go on top of the high school and we, you know, in the summer or whatever. So, and as you're thinking about that, the door sort of swings open, the bell, and a woman sort of power walks in and walks up and goes straight to the kitchen to talk to Alan. And you hear her go, I have no idea. Have you been did you go down to the beach? Have you seen what's going on? And he is like, no, what did they find? Did Hattie come back? And she goes, no, Mira crashed into the beach she crashed her car and the statue in front of the bake shop fell on top of her. And he goes, Mira was looking for Hattie. Where's Hattie? And she's like, I have no idea. You're the one who called me last night trying to figure out what was going on. I haven't heard from Hattie. And he's like, you know, then they're just like going back and forth of this, like trying to piece together a little bit of what's going on.
Do you know these people they're talking about?
I don't know these people.
Give me a charm roll to see if you recognize either of these names. Like you don't know anyone, but do you maybe 7?
Consistent. Right.
I think you definitely are like, maybe these names are familiar. There were a lot of like teenagers who hung out with your siblings hung out with that you're like, yeah, I think maybe there was maybe I knew Amira, maybe a hat, like those sound like familiar names, like that maybe you kind of remember and would have been around here, but you don't have any like super concrete memories with them because again, you were too young to like be allowed to hang out with the teenagers.
Right. Yeah, that sounds familiar. It might have been a friend of my brother's or something. I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss. It's okay if you cry.
Oh, okay.
Here's my napkin.
Okay. I try to like connect with do I have anything in me to cry over a person that I barely remember?
Oh, you're going to roll for it? Yeah, go ahead and roll for it. I would say it's not flight because you're not avoiding the emotion. So I would say, I guess it's charm because you're like emotionally trying to
4.
Just the driest eyes.
More snot than tears.
Okay.
You're so hungry.
So
you don't even have. You're so hungry. You don't even have
no problem.
Anything.
I like rip off a tiny piece. I'm like, just in case.
Oh, thanks.
And then I am going to say, Brody, we might be able to turn our scripted film into sort of a cutting edge documentary about the deaths going on in this town.
We could. That would be riveting. It would be horrific, which is always up for some sort of award.
Emotion provoking, which it seems like you might need.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely. We can try that.
And would certainly require less writing work from me to rework the whole script.
There you go.
Yeah. Maybe we should go back to the beach, try and get some more footage.
As soon as we get some pizza.
Yeah, I think, they're chatting. They're still talking a bit, but after a little while, she goes, the woman goes, okay, well, I'm going to, God, this is going to really mess up some of the stuff I'm trying to do with Clint. Okay, well, I'm going to go try to keep him away from all of the beach and all of this. And she's just, at this point, you can kind of hear Alan has turned back to making pizza and she's just talking out loud to herself a little bit. Like, I'm going to, like, sort of making a plan. And she's like, I'm going to keep him away from this. And hopefully Hattie will come back and then I can submit for the report. And then, all right. I'll see you later, Alan. And she leaves the kitchen and starts to walk out, looks over, sees you guys, starts to go, and then goes, who are you guys?
I'm Brody.
And this woman walks over. She goes, I'm so sorry. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Sandy. I'm a realtor here in town for Sandy Sad Properties. I know everyone here, and you don't look familiar. Are you with Clint? Are you
Sandy Sad Properties?
Sandy Side.
Sandy Side.
Yeah,
I see. I'm Eloise.
Nice to meet you, Eloise.
I'm Brody Lambert Jr.
Oh, Lambert. Okay, yes, I know your parents. Haven't seen them in a while, but I know their property. They won't sell it to me. I can tell you that. I've tried for a long time. But what are y'all doing here?
We're actually we're working on a project for our class. We're shooting a film.
All right. Well, it's a lovely town, and things are looking up. And even as she says that, she sort of remembers about what just happened to this girl that you heard her talking about. She's like, things are looking up. They're looking up. And I do have to go because I have some business to attend to. But maybe don't go down to the beach for a while.
Could I just wanted to talk to you for a minute. I overheard your conversation.
Oh yes.
And I lean over to Brody and I say, "Get the camera."
Already like they're kind of do like almost like those shots that don't
do a flight roll to see if you can avoid detection.
Yeah.
And you're gonna want to get higher than a 10.
Well, I get a 9.
But you can use your hunch roll on this because this is a hunch that something good has happened.
Yes, yeah. 4, so that explodes.
Okay.
So, and then 3, so that'll be 16.
Okay, great. You're able to sneakily get the camera going. It's a weird angle, but you're able to get it. So that, and what? Sorry, what did you ask her?
I just wanted to I just overheard, and it sounds like it was such a tragedy, and I just.
Yes. It's not normally like this. This is a really strange. I don't know exactly what happened, but a young woman who worked down at the bait and boat shop, I guess, crashed last night. Had an accident. She was yesterday very worried about her friend. She had been going around town telling everyone she couldn't find her best friend, who she was good friends with, and so I think something happened, and she just kind of maybe wasn't paying attention to the road, it seems like, and crashed, and then tried to get into her bait shop, and that old statue that's been there forever, it fell on top of her, and it unfortunately she did pass away. But it's just a crazy freak accident. So I'm sure her friend is around here somewhere. That can scare someone when someone you love is I was kind of always rooting for them to, I'm an ally, so.
Were you aware of their sexuality?
No, honey, we're in public. No, honey, I'm just saying.
Hope they become lesbian lovers.
No, goodness, your mouth of a sailor on you. No, I just am saying they had sort of they were good friends, Anyway, I have to go, but it was so lovely to see you.
Sandy, who's Clint?
Give me a charm roll. You're trying to get her, and it's not 4. Okay.
Can I roll again?
You need to get to an 8. 4. Okay. Wow.
3. So 11.
Incredible. That was. Nice. I'm surprised by that, but
huge.
You say, and who is Clint? And she goes, oh, and she gets a little bit excited about the topic change. And goes, he's a big tourism consultant who I'm working with here in town to help sort of get people to come back this summer because our water's a little down, and certainly we've had some troubles the last couple summers, and so he's here consulting with me. I'm trying to help get more people here so I'm glad you're coming back. Bring your family back. Your parents were so sweet. They were so cute. I just all over each other, when I first met them. Weird. And
they're divorced, Sandy.
Oh, my apologies. I'm also divorced. Is what's your father up to these days?
Well, he gave me his credit card for the cabin, but that's we don't really talk to him
well,
very much.
Tell him Sandy said hi.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have to go meet with Clint and make sure that he doesn't find out that one of our lovely townspeople passed away, because that's going to put a damper on some of the tourism. Yeah. But obviously, of course, it's a tragedy about Mira. She was such a sweet girl. And I will hopefully see y'all later. And she power walks out in her little power suit and her little heeled boots. So yeah, and Alan brings out your pizza. It is pesto and eggs and anchovies and mushrooms and spinach.
I'm trying my best to just scoop all the pesto off.
That's pretty much the sauce. So it's basically bread and then some random toppings.
I just choked down a couple pieces.
Yeah. Give me since both of you said you don't like something about it, give me a brawn roll to see how you hold up with this pizza. You want to get higher than a 5.
6.
3.
Okay. Earlier you were able to not totally vomit, and now you're a little bit It's not coming up, but it's not great. It's not great.
And I think I need you for this project. Keep it together.
Eloise, I think you're like so just like I gotta eat so I can do the next thing that you're not even thinking about. You're just eating it and like choking it down and just moving on.
Great.
And you guys you're done with your pizza. You know, Alan doesn't come back, so you just leave. You just sort of swipe the hope, you kind of have to figure it. You're kind of like, I guess I swipe, like he doesn't really, you kind of figure out how to pay for it. Where are you guys heading?
Well, do we head back to the scene of the crime, or there was that lighthouse that was a little odd?
I think let's go back to the beach. Let's see if we can get into the bait shop. It would be good to maybe snag some snacks for later. Because we're going to be working.
I could definitely use something to eat.
Yeah.
Having something to
eat. We don't have any plan of, we might need to stock up on food, so we're not having to come back to this pizza place every day. And so maybe we go back there now. Maybe we want to come back a little bit later when the cops are gone and maybe look around more thoroughly. But right now, maybe we can go under the guise of, we're just trying to get some snacks.
That's a great idea. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so you guys are going just to like see if you can get into the bait shop, basically.
Yeah.
The cops are definitely like wrapping up. Like the car, you guys were at the pizza shop. It took a while to get your pizza, so like the car is being towed out of the sand. I think also, you guys realize how that woman who purposely was walking around town probably told them to hurry up so that whoever she was talking to doesn't see what's going on. So the car is being moved. The statue is still it's now to the side. It's not through the door anymore. There's still the body of the ambulance is all gone. There's still a few there's like maybe 2 cops like still taking notes, and like there's someone taking pictures and stuff, but it's like not very many people now, but there is still like a cop car here.
Can we see if we get noticed, like driving up and getting out of the car? Like, is it all in plain sight?
There's no way to hide because the parking lot is right next to the beach. So it's like if you pull up, they're gonna see you.
Okay.
So you don't even need to roll. That's just yes, you're gonna be noticed.
Okay.
If you guys head down to the bait shop, you see kind of like a young officer like taking some pictures just on his phone and like writing notes on his notes app. And he kind of is like, there's another person like doing their sort of whatever they're doing. And he's like, so just like pictures of is there anything specific or like what? I don't really know what I'm doing for this. And the other woman is like, just gather the evidence in case anyone has any questions. And he's like, okay. And he's just sort of taking pictures and he turns around and you guys are walking up and he's like, hi, can I help you?
Hi.
Do you need some help taking pictures? I just kind of just hold up the camera I've always got on me. Like I can help you like figure out what you're looking for.
A charm.
Okay. 5.
Okay. He starts to be like, oh, thank God. And then he looks over at the other officer and he's like, I'm sorry, sir. We're still investigating kind of what happened here. Oh. So I think you're not gonna be able to, we have important, he holds up his phone. We're from the Craigsville Police Department. And we are doing police work right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What happened?
Yeah.
The woman ran off the road, her car flipped, and then this statue, and you see this like giant turtle statue, like not giant, but like 8 feet with an oar, and it's like it's face down, kind of pushed to the side. Looks a lot creepier as an adult. As a kid, it was really cool. Yeah. As an adult, it's a little weird. It's like what? It's just a whole. It's not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's just like a weird turtle.
Yeah.
And he goes and this like fell on her and she died. And I can't tell you anything more because it's open. He's sort of like looking again at his person to make sure that he's saying open investigation because it was an accident. But we still take pictures because we have to for some reason.
Okay. Well, if it's just an accident and you're taking pictures for evidence, wouldn't that imply that I'm just trying to pull any like cop show lingo that I've ever heard?
To like get him
of,
to
like,
do another charm with hunch to see if you can like pull.
It's the D6 now, right?
Did you blow up? Oh yeah, if you blew up, then yeah.
Okay.
To like see if you can pull anything out of him.
Yeah. That is a 1 and a 3.
Okay.
So 4.
Okay, so 4. So he goes, it's our job to take pictures of everything just in case, so we don't get sued. I mean, so we can make sure we have it. So we have it in case. There's no foul play here, he says really loudly. Almost like he might have brought that up earlier and someone was like, stop saying foul play. He's like, there's no foul play here. Do you need something? Like, why, or do you know this? Do you know the person? Or why are you guys walking up? You just curious?
I'm panicking. I'm too afraid to say anything.
Oh, you're just looking for snacks.
Snacks.
The snacks in the bait shop. The bait shop has snacks sometimes.
You look and the door there's shattered glass on the floor from where the turtle like fell into this person into the door. And he's like,
is there another door that we could?
Well, the person who works here is dead. She just died.
Oh.
So I don't think it's open.
Well, we can leave the cash on the
the other officer walks over and she's like, kids, you guys need to get out of here. We're doing police work. Thank you, officer. It's time to go.
Okay. Do you know where I can get snacks?
The church has like a pantry that people go to sometimes, I know, around here. And they just have like free food in there that you can just grab. So if that's open, that's probably your best bet.
Okay.
Do you know when the bait shop will be opening back up? Like, should we come
I'm not from
tomorrow?
Lake Eerier. I'm from Craigsville, so I don't really come down here that much, especially not right now. But, when
will you guys be done? Like, when?
I mean, we're almost done here. We're just going to clean up and, tape up the door, and we're trying to get a hold of the owner. He lives in Florida. So, trying to call this girl's, we're wrapping up here. We're going to be back at the office, but don't come back here and steal snacks.
No, we wouldn't. I was just going to come back and see if it was open.
Okay. Give me a flight roll from you because you're to see if you can kind of avoid this officer being
3.
suspicious. Okay. She looks at you and she's like, just because there isn't a door doesn't mean it's not a felony. And then she walks away.
To come back and check if it's open would be a felony?
She just leaves. She doesn't even, she barely hears you.
I can't decide if that was a threat. Or was she offering because there's not a door?
Oh, well, she said she was going to leave, so I think they would know.
Let's just check the church for snacks.
So where do you guys head next?
I think I would like to, just because we noticed the lock, I would like to take just towards the light.
Okay. Yeah, and I think do a quick brains roll just to see is there anything with the police going on around the lighthouse? Because it's it's kind of close. So just to do a quick look of is anything going on?
17.
And you can roll your hunch with that, but it's not going to help you that much. But you can definitely roll it.
Oh, 6. It exploded.
Okay. Oh, you're to 8. Great.
We're to 8.
No, now you get to roll the 8.
Oh, sorry.
8.
17 plus 6 plus 8?
Uh-huh.
Oh my, okay.
And now do I roll the next one?
Because it exploded.
Yeah, you do. Oh man, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna tell you. What do you get?
I don't know, 17 plus 6 plus 8 plus 5. 17 plus 11 is 28, plus 8 is 36.
Yikes. Okay, so did you roll your...
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
yeah, you can...
roll the 10 or the 6?
I would say roll the 6 because you did it at the same time. Now you
also
get...
a 6.
Oh my god.
Come on. Okay.
Okay, so you got a 9 and you got a 30 whatever.
36.
So now you guys are at the D10. Is that what you're at?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you look around and you do notice the police there's no one near the lighthouse. They're not, that has nothing to do with what's going on here. Someone drove their car, crashed their car through in the parking lot. You see where the fence is broken. They clearly just drove off or somehow flipped off and landed in the beach. And then this weird accident happened. I think on that roll, you I'm gonna say as you approach, you know you guys notice, okay, it's fine, we can walk over here, no one's gonna get us in trouble. As you get closer, your just like interest is piqued by everything you've. My stomach just growled so loud.
Have you had any of those snacks upstairs?
No, I haven't. Your interest is piqued in a way that you said earlier, like your parents died in an accident, and so this is very like you're just like on high alert of like this thing that reminds me of this thing is making me feel really like I just need to be like aware, and so I think you are, as you're walking up on this little pier up to this little lighthouse, there's a couple things. Number one, you notice like the water again. You're like, the water is so weird and gross, and what is going on with the water? The second thing is, I think in this moment you put together, there's absolutely no reason for there to be a lighthouse. This lake is not big enough for a lighthouse. It's very weird that there's a lighthouse. And then I think as you go up, because you got such a high roll, you instantly notice that the lock was cut with pliers, and you see coming out of the lighthouse, you see the corner of some piping coming out of the lighthouse into the water, some like pipes. And it's all happening at once. Like you're just getting inundated with, you're like, wait, that's weird, that's weird, that's weird, that's weird. And suddenly a lot of stuff is weird and you don't even know what any of it means.
I'm going to relay to Brody that I see, and I'm pointing this out.
You just like bullet list out weird stuff, and that you were like, I don't think we're going to get in trouble.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, a second ago you're like, we're not going to get in trouble. And Eloise is like, there's weird, the lock is why is there a lighthouse here? The water's weird. And like, as you guys approach. So you approach this door, the lock is cut, broken. What do you guys do?
Well, if the pipe is outside, I would follow that first, see where that's leading to.
Okay, so when you notice when you point out the pipe is coming kind of from the lighthouse somewhere, like coming up through the bottom or something. It's in the water, and you see it sort of head off towards the docks.
Okay.
So you can follow it further, or you can go in the lighthouse, or you can do whatever.
I think let's go in the lighthouse first. We can maybe get the pipe on the way out.
Okay, so you take the lock off.
Wait, put it back on. And I get a close-up shot. Okay, grab it now.
Take the lock off, and you open the door, and you step inside. It's pretty small. It's a small lighthouse. It's probably the size of this room, like inside. And there's a lot of machinery. There's some pumps, and it's noisy, and it's just like not what I don't know how much you know about lighthouses, but it's just like there's just a lot of machinery in here, and like industrial stuff, not techie, but like industrial stuff.
Do you think this has something to do with the water, maybe?
I mean, it looks like pipes could carry water through them, probably. Yeah, just focusing on the shots that I'm gathering.
The pipes can carry water, Brody. Thank you for that. That's really helpful. I want to investigate the machinery more.
Okay, yeah, give me a, are you investigating it like analytically, just looking it over, or are you like pulling things out and trying to like physically do stuff?
I'm trying to figure out what it might do. So
okay,
that would be brains, kind of moving stuff around, looking at the pieces. Brains.
Brains plus hunch, and I'm gonna say you want a 10 and higher, and you'll learn some information. Higher than a 15, and you'll learn a lot more.
4.
Okay, wow, with the D10 and a D20, that's crazy. You look around, and I think you're
brutal.
There's a moment where it's worrying how the thought that keeps coming in your head is the pumps move water. Because you're like, am I getting stupider hanging out with Brody? Because you're like, these pipes must be moving water somewhere.
All that I can think about.
Which is funny because you're not low on brains. You're just not. You just don't put things to. You're not just. You just don't put it
the
together.
dots don't connect. They're there.
You got it. You have the opportunity. So I think you're just
distracted by the really weird pizza that I just ate because I've moved all of the flavor.
Yeah, and I think I think you're still thinking about like this weird accident, and so also it's like, why are you even in this? Why are you even looking at like what are you doing? I think there's a little bit of like, what are these pipes here, and does it matter? And that's kind of the
all the death makes me brain foggy.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's my conclusion. I'm like, yeah, must be something with the water. Maybe they're broken. That's why the water's so low.
Is there anything, if I look up, is there any, like, is obviously like how is up? That's just Jonathan intelligence coming through. Is there like a ladder going up higher?
Yeah, there's a ladder that goes up to like where the light is.
Okay.
There's like it's a small there's like a metal ladder that goes up to where maybe a little platform where the light would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I do that? Just kind of be able to get a view, like it's
up
high.
Yeah. Give me a brawn just to like be able to just a DC 4.
Okay.
To be able to, and you can do hunch on this.
6.
Oh, great. To be able to like get up and maneuver in there because it's like pretty tight especially as it gets up to the top. You get up and you look around. What are you looking for?
I kind of want to see. There's a pipe going out. Is there anything coming into it? What am I want to see. Obviously someone broke in here. Why did they break in here?
Yeah.
Is there something I can see from this perspective that someone would see and go, I need to get over there and break in?
Yeah. Okay. So you're kind of looking for like, why did someone come in here and what's the deal with the pipes a little bit. You can definitely, because you know they're there, you can see the pipe leading out of the lighthouse. You can see it going like towards the docks further and going even further than that. I think you're like, there must be one on the other side. Like there might be more. You're kind of looking and you see some rocks and like there might be piping down there. It's hard to tell. As far as like what you can see from here, you can see the bait shop. That's the closest thing. And I think give me a brains of like, that's just like the stuff that's really easy to see from what you've already rolled, but give me a brains to see if there's anything further.
12. Smooth.
Nice.
9. 20.
You get to add your hunch on this one because you're like looking around.
Yeah. And another 1. So 22.
Okay, great. So you see, that's great. As you're like, what would someone be looking? You're kind of like, who might have been looking here and why would they want to break in? I think you see the road where the car went off and you notice 2 sets of skid marks. So you're like, and you remember earlier you noticed that it did look like a car had hit that car, but there's no sign of that other car. And so now looking at the skid marks, it looks like one car was going this way and the other car went straight into it.
Okay.
And there isn't a light and there isn't a stop sign. So not like, you're kind of like, that kind of looks like a car rammed into another car.
Kind of looks like foul play.
Foul play. No, so you see that, and then you also, now that you're up here, you see there's a man walking down over the beach to like talk to the officers.
Okay. Yeah, I'd come back down, kind of update you on what I saw, and yeah, it looks like something's going on. Do we want to follow the pipe, figure out where the water's going down? Where is our story taking us?
There's a lot going on here with the pipe and the extra car.
Also, there's that dude. I didn't zoom in on him, see who he was, but
yeah, maybe is the guy near where the pipe goes? Is it like,
no? He's on the other side
direction?
by the bait shop.
Oh.
On one side is bait and the crash and all that, lighthouse, and then docks. And the pipe, the way that you saw was going towards the dock.
Maybe we go try and talk to the guy because we can follow the pipe at any time.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so you guys leave. Do you put the lock back on?
Yes.
Okay, so you kind of set it how it was, and you walk back down. And the man who was talking to the officers, like he sees you guys walking down the pier from the lighthouse, and he actually comes over towards you. And you see that he's like a middle-aged man. And he looks somber, which makes sense. But and he comes over to you guys and he goes, "Hi, I'm Pastor Lowell. Are you part of the lighthouse somehow?
Do you have any snacks?
Do you have any snacks?
Yeah, we heard the church has snacks.
Give me a flight roll because you're trying to change the subject.
7.
7. Okay. He goes, yes, the church does. We have a pantry. You're welcome to go get food from the pantry. There's lots of food and snacks there that we all just, as a community, put stuff into and take stuff out of. But
you don't have any in your pockets though, or anything?
I don't have any snacks in my pockets.
Okay.
No, sorry. But what's the? I don't see people going to the lighthouse very often. What's the? What are you guys doing here? The church owns the lighthouse, so I just am curious what you're.
Oh, were we supposed to give like a donation first?
No. We don't need your donations. I'm the pastor and I'm responsible for this building as well as some others. And so
what's the function of the lighthouse? What's going on in there?
What's going on in the it's just
we didn't go. We were just having a nice walk around. So
okay, give me a charm to see if he believes you. Love that Eloise is taking point on this.
3.
Okay. And there's no hunch on this because you're just reacting, you're just responding. He goes, okay, I did see you walk out of the lighthouse, so I know that you went into it. And I know I'm a pastor and I seem intimidating, but the Lord forgives. And the lighthouse is just a dilapidated, there's nothing, it's just some Mr. McGee, he was really old, he owned it a while ago. And when he died, he donated it to the church, and it hasn't been on for ages, even since I was a boy. I remember it on a little bit as a kid, and it's been a couple of years since then.
Have you been inside?
Yeah, when we got it, I guess I went in and looked around, but we don't, I would love to do something with it, but right now, our church, we're kind of focused on other things at the moment, but he donated to us and we were very grateful for that. I think the Lord will provide a use for it eventually. But we have a lot of other stuff, going on right now. I'd love for you to come to church this weekend. We're having a special Saturday service because the Lord is going to provide a miracle. And he's shown me a vision of restoring and renewing. And if you guys want to, yes, young man.
Yeah, hi. Do you know why the lock was broken into?
Give me a charm and a brains.
Ooh.
One of them is to how he's going to react to you, and one of them is for you to see how he reacts.
Got you. That would be 4 for the charm, 5 for the brains.
Okay. He goes, no, but I will look into that because that is, I will look into that. That's worrying. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I think on that, what was the brains?
The brains was the 5.
The 5?
Mm-hmm.
He did not know that.
Okay.
He did not know that the lock was broken, and I think you see a little bit of worry at the fact that it was.
Is there anything in there that would be worth breaking in for?
No, just a dilapidated old. I mean, not that I know of. I'll ask my some people from my congregation who have helped me with stuff, but yeah, I'll get that. I'll get that taken care of. But I do need to go because I need to be there when the police talk to Mira's parents. I don't know if you knew her, but she died.
Did you know her?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
she was religious.
No, she was not. But the Lord loves all of his children, even the ones who stray. And she came by last night and she was looking for her friend. And I talked to her briefly. We tried to figure out where Hattie was. I haven't heard from Hattie.
Was she
yet,
religious?
Hattie?
Yeah.
No, neither of the girls.
A lot of non-religious people.
Well,
being a pastor.
It's been a tough couple of years for the church, and I love everyone in our community, even those who don't sit in my pews. But we have a Is that in character or is that Camden?
That's me. That's Camden. Those who don't sit in my pews.
Above the table, ew. And he says, so I will, if you need anything, please stop by the church. I'll be happy to, if you saw anything that has disturbed you, I can pray with you. And feel free to take whatever food you want. And I'll be there as soon as I'm wrapped up with, I got to go drive to Craigsville and be there for the phone call from Mira's family. And whenever we find Hattie, we'll have to tell her that her friend they were very close. So
when was the last time you saw Hattie?
He kind of thinks about it for a second. He goes, it's been a while. I mean, I guess that when last time I was at Alan's for lunch and she was working there, last week maybe.
Why would
you can do a charm to see if you believe what he's if you sense any.
Yeah.
And I would say you can roll the hunch if you feel like he might be, but if you don't feel like he might be, then don't roll it.
Yeah.
And you want higher than an 8.
Yeah, I would say, just being honest, I don't think I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get?
2.
2? Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't notice any deceit in him. Like, you don't notice any, you just see
I'm
him,
sensing
like,
deceit.
You see him, like, racking his brain to be like, when was the last time I saw her, you know?
Why would Mira have been looking for Hattie at the church if
well, she had told me that was one of the last stops. That she had gone all around. You know, Hattie's even I know Hattie's a pretty regular creature. You know, Mira's the one kind of always out on the boats and out kayaking, and
Mira gets around.
She is adventurous, you know. I know, and she's a sweetheart. She was a sweetheart. Hattie is also a sweetheart, of course, great gal. But she worked all, you know, at the Allens, and she didn't come to church, and I guess she had.
If they were maybe romantically involved at all.
Give me another charm. Anytime you ask an odd question, you have to do a charm roll.
What?
Anytime you change the conversation to be something weird that seems out of pocket, you have to do a roll.
This is why people are finding me off-putting.
He says, you say that, and he goes, now that's none of my business. The Lord judges, not me. You two, come see me if you need anything, and I'll, we're always there. And he sort of heads back to his car.
I say Godspeed.
He ignores you. Yeah, and so you're kind of left with that information.
I have no idea what any of that means.
No, that was just, he was awkward.
Yeah, something's up with him, I think.
Yeah, I just don't do well with churches. It's just.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, he tried to invite us to church as well.
Yeah, but snacks though. We'll go anywhere.
Were you recording that whole time?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime someone's coming, like I have an opportunity to. I'm hitting the record button.
Okay, great. So you have that sort of all digitally. And what are you guys gonna do next?
I think next would be follow the pipes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to sort of, and why are you what is going through your head as this whole scene? Like, what are you feeling like you're gonna find?
I'm just trying to glean any information possible. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'll say that above table. I am so confused. I have absolutely no fucking clue what's happening.
I'm looking for the hook. I'm looking for what's going to reel people into this project, as far as filming goes, but also like a childhood memory that is completely, and all the color has been faded from it a little bit. I want to know why. Where's all these, when my life was good, I have very vivid images of this, and then everything has slowly gone downhill. And now the place itself has gone downhill. So if someone thinks that maybe this, has pointed out that maybe these pipes are doing something with the lake, I'm really hoping maybe I can save the town and my childhood.
Okay, cool. So you guys are going to start following the pipes. After a short walk, you see the pipes go past the docks into a pretty big stream headed towards the woods. And I think you are like, okay, it's a stream that is basically big enough for a boat for sure, big enough for like some kayaks. On foot, you will just be trekking through the woods, which you can absolutely do. So the question is, are you guys just gonna head off into the woods, or are you going to try to find a way to are you going to look for transportation? Are you going to stop here and do something else? The pipes reach a stream headed into the woods, and you are now at the edge of the docks and kind of the edge of where people and stuff is.
I want to ask Brody, Has the stream always been here? Is it always this big?
Do I remember that?
Yeah,
stream?
let's do a I'm calling a lot of these memories charm rolls because you're so emotionally in tune with your memories that it's like, what do you remember and how well can you pull it up? So it's a charm for that. And I say
10.
Great. I was gonna say if you get 8, you get a little bit, and if you get
9, so 19.
If you get a 15, you get a lot. Okay, so you have a flash of a memory at this. Like, was this always here? You're looking around, beach, docks. You definitely went like jet skiing. You definitely were terrible at it, and your siblings made fun of you. Lighthouse you never got close to, but you like saw it and thought it was cool. Probably have a picture in front of it. That might be good for this documentary if you can find it. You know, you're kind of like going through all this stuff, and then I think you remember again that your older brother whispering in the house like, we have to wait until he goes to bed before we can meet up with the others, and your sister being like, okay, but like, okay, I no, I'm good, I can do it, I'm old enough, I can do it, and she's kind of like, I'm really cool, but also like, are we doing like cigarettes, are we doing like drugs, and he's like, oh my god, chill out or you're not coming. Go pretend like you're going to bed, and then we will meet outside and we will go to the high school and we will smoke normal stuff. We're not doing hard. It's not a club, okay? And she's like, right, no, yeah, no, totally. I just want to be ready, you know, because like I just want to be ready. And your sister's like, she's like 14 at this point, so this is the first time she's being asked to join the high schoolers, and so she's like really trying to play it cool. And you overheard them as a kid talking about that, and I think you remember them talking about that close to this area, and you're putting it together like they might have been gesturing, and then we'll meet outside the house, and then we'll head that way. Okay. So you're like, oh, I think the high school is this way.
Yeah.
Okay. You what?
I would share that memory with you fully. Yeah. So the high school is this way. If I don't know what the high school would have to do with these pipes and connected to a lighthouse.
Should we go there? I think it's a good point that we need to figure out some information to make this film interesting.
So do we follow the pipes, or do we find out and see if we can find more information on the second car?
We don't have much to go on. The marks in the road.
Can we go further back down the road? Maybe.
Do you think
create the scene almost?
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Do you think the bait shop has any cameras?
We can certainly have to look through any of my footage. Do I see any?
Oh, on the no, bait shop doesn't have cameras. Yeah, no, it's a very small town.
Yeah.
If anything, there might be one old one that's not you can see isn't connected to anything, just to get just to like hope people won't try to break in.
Let's try and figure out about the second car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go back from the docks, and you go back past the bait shop and a parking lot, and you're sort of investigating that area where you saw the sets of skid marks. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for what would have caused the wreck. There's an impact coming in sideways.
Yeah.
Is this I think you said there wasn't an intersection.
There wasn't a stop sign or a stoplight where it's like, oops, you know, it was like there are a couple different roads. So definitely someone like came from that side, but I think the part where it was actually hit is almost like they're a little bit away from the intersection where the stop sign would have been. So it would have been like it was just weird. Like the set, you're like, how did they like turn? How did they hit this car? You know, the closer from up there you saw, you were like, that doesn't quite make. I don't understand how the car like hit that.
Can we see any marks to see which way the car might have driven off after?
Yeah, look for that. That's great. You can do brains, if you're just sort of like looking around.
Would that be
and you can do a hunch. Yeah.
16.
Okay, great. You guys are rolling pretty well, I gotta say. You can definitely see where the car. You can see that it kind of skid as it hit, and then skid as it left, and it headed like away from where you guys are. And you can't. I don't think there's not enough tracks to like follow it, but you can definitely see that it like it booked it. You know, like it wasn't like it hit a car and then the car stayed there and, it's like it booked it away.
Does Brody know what's in that direction?
Yes, so what's in that direction as far as is there?
And then I think, wait, what did you get?
16.
You got a 16? Okay. I think as you're walking, you're like, okay, they booked it away, and then there is actually, you notice one more skid mark going back. Where it's like, and then something, for some reason, a skid mark going back. Like a turnaround or something like that.
Okay.
So I'll hop in the car, see if we can just head in that direction.
Yeah, I forgot we had a car.
The fact that if head in that direction, might as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get in the car and you where are you heading?
I'm trying to rack my brain, think. Do I know anyone who lives in this direction?
Yeah, I think go ahead and give me another charm with hunch.
Okay. That is a 16.
16. Okay. Also good. I think you don't really, everyone you knew here was mostly just here for the summer. So you don't know any locals.
Okay.
You might have seen that guy who ran the pizza place. Maybe you saw him as a kid, but it doesn't hold any weight for you. But you definitely do remember going to the library. And your mom trying to be like, we got to do something educational. We've been, just out in the sun for all these hours, and now let's go try to sit down and read a book or something. Yeah. And so you do remember this cool little, your siblings were like, we don't want to do this. And you were like, oh, maybe they have movies we can rent. And you were kind of you're like, oh, okay. And you just, always enjoyed doing stuff together. So you were just happy that everyone was being made to go. So that's the place that you remember.
Yeah, then I definitely just take us towards library.
Yeah.
On the way there, can I look back at the footage that Brody got of the wrecked car and see if we can tell if there's any paint, maybe what color the other car was?
Give me a brains. Yeah, with hunch.
I'm gonna roll them separately. I feel like I roll better. 9 + 25.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Was that a 9? Is it okay?
Yeah. So you're looking for paint color. Okay. Yeah. You see definitely some white on the blue, white paint from the car that hit the blue Subaru.
Okay.
And
oh my god, maybe they are lesbians. The Subaru?
I think on the as you're looking through the footage of because the car was kind of being towed away as that was happening, but I think you do see on the footage, because you got such a high roll, you see that the seatbelt was cut like the person cut themselves out to get out of the car, and you see in the sand, you see blood, lots of blood, and you see that kind of the trail of heading towards the bay shop, and it looks like and unfortunately, you're thinking about an accident. You're thinking about your own, you weren't there when your parents died, but you do know that when they died in that accident, they were found in the car. This person worked really hard to get out of the car and worked really hard to get to the bait shop. It seems as fast as possible. So there's a little bit of a usually when you're in a car accident, you're not running to get out of the car. You're not you're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there's a little bit of a that's kind of
to escape something.
That's kind of weird,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm telling Brody about all of this as we're driving. What I'm seeing.
Yeah. You guys get to the library. It says closed on it, and there's a woman walking to her car. She's a 50-something-year-old woman. She's wearing a cardigan and a coat, and she looks like a library. She looks she has her hair up, and she has glasses, and she looks like a very librarian-esque woman as she's sort of going to her car.
Think we gotta talk to her?
Probably be good. See if she knew anyone who drove a white car.
Yeah. What color's her car?
Her car is red.
Okay.
And it does not look dented.
Yeah, it's probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
and you can see she's been crying. She goes,
Oh.
hi, I'm sorry, the library's closed, right now.
Are you all right?
There, someone I knew just passed away, and, I'm just I need to go. I don't know.
Oh my. How'd you know them?
Mira, she's lived here for a couple years, came when she was a kid, and, I had just seen her, and, I guess she drove off the road and got into an accident, and, yeah, I just don't think anyone needs to be at the library today, so I'm just gonna go home.
When had you last seen her? That's devastating.
Oh, well, I saw her yesterday. She was asking about her friend Hattie, because Hattie had come in the previous day and asked for things from me.
When had Hattie been here?
You're asking the same questions that Mira asked me. No, Hattie had come and asked me about an environmental report on the water, and we had found out that there hadn't been one. And we had found out that there had been one ordered, but then Pastor Lowell had called and said that they didn't need to come because there was going to be a miracle. And then Hattie had asked me also to look up some archives about some buildings here and who owned them.
Do you happen to still have the information that she was looking for?
About who owns the buildings?
About the buildings and the water report?
Well, the water report never happened because it was ordered and then the pastor called and said that we didn't need it.
I see.
Yes, you probably don't know him, but he's very convinced that God is going to restore the water to, or something, or that he's going to, God's going to make it better. Something like that.
I heard he's an ally.
He's an ally?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that, actually. But Hattie had asked me who owned the lighthouse, and I looked up the public record for her. And I had told her that Mr. McGee had owned, Alan's Pizza, where his son runs, and the lighthouse as well, and also the former high school. Alan kept the pizza place when his father died, but the lighthouse and the high school were donated to the church. Don't think they've done anything with it, but I don't know. But that's all we talked about. And then I guess Mira couldn't find Hattie, and she was pretty frantic when I saw her. I should have kept her with me. I didn't know she was so worked up that she might, you know, not pay attention while she's driving. Just so young, she was so young.
Yeah, you could have stopped it. It's tough.
You can do a roll here if you want to, for anything that has been said.
I trust this lady with my life.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't have anything for what she just said there. Do you?
No words.
Yes, I wanted to ask a follow-up question. What was it? Oh, did Hattie tell you why she was wanting to look into who owned these buildings? Did she mention anything? Or maybe someone else asked her to get the information?
The report was for Sandy, I believe. I think she was helping Sandy with something. I'm not sure. As far as why she wanted to know about the other buildings, I don't remember if she said a reason. I don't know if it had to do with what she was looking into with the report and the water, or wanted to know what happened to them. I'm not sure. She was trying to help Sandy out with some social media or something. They wanted to use the lighthouse, or not sure.
I'm curious. Reason we were coming over is we were in a little bit of a fender bender, and the person drove off, and we didn't get to exchange any information. The only thing we know is they had a white vehicle. Do you know anyone in town, or is there any records or anything like that of anyone with a vehicle that is a white vehicle?
A white vehicle. I mean, I guess I could look up registrations. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. Give me a charm roll.
Yeah. Got 6.
Okay. You can use hunch on this because you're following your instincts on something.
10.
Oh, nice.
Another 10, so 26.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
She at first is like, well, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but if someone hit you, that is really serious. I know a couple people who have white cars. Alan's truck is white, and then the church van is white. The police obviously have white cars, but I mean, you would know if you got hit by a police car, I would think.
Honestly, it was a little shocked and just a little. I didn't think take any detail. And the one time my camera was out of battery.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, Alan has his truck. Dr. Stillerson has a sedan that's maybe, I think, white or gray, and then the church van is definitely white.
Who's Dr. Stillerson?
Just a man who lives here. He used to be a science teacher before the high school closed down. He's just, someone who lives here and must like it a lot because he teaches classes online and still, does things virtually.
Okay, just those three.
Well, there might be more in Craigsville, but that's all I know of around here, around Lake Eerier. I mean, there's not very many of us. There's lots of cars of people who leave that could, now that you mention it, I mean, there's so many houses here of people who have cars that they just leave when they're not here, and golf carts too.
Mm-hmm. I think it's bigger than a golf cart.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Well, I mean, it gives us at least a direction, so I appreciate.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about the loss of your friend as well.
Yeah, thank you. It's hard when people die before their time.
Hard when you could have prevented it and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and start tracking some of these people down and appreciate, and hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. I'll try to open up the library tomorrow. I don't want it to be closed for too long. She gets in her car, and as soon as she's in her car, she starts crying again. She sort of composed herself to talk to you for a little bit, but she gets in her car, and after a little bit of crying, she drives off.
Get in the car, like keep my composure till I get in the car, and just oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
At what part?
Yes, all of it. We have to go to the high school. We have to go search the church.
Yeah. Do we need to find Sandy and tell Sandy that the pastor put an end to the water report?
I don't. Maybe Mira never got that information to Sandy, but I mean that's another loose end.
Yeah, something's up with this pastor.
Yeah,
he's convinced there's going to be a miracle. He doesn't want this water report going through.
Where is this miracle coming from? That he's convinced of. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go to which
we head to the high school first. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys head off.
Yeah.
You can look it up on maps because you have no idea where you're going. And you guys head over that way. It's a little bit outside of where you've been. It's a little farther out from sort of the area right around the lake. And as you're driving, you can kind of sometimes see the stream a little bit as you're following the map directions. You head towards the high school. You arrive. There's a big parking lot, but a small high school. You see woods sort of at the back of it. It's a little rundown, but not super dilapidated. It's only been 5 years.
Are there any cars around?
Give me another brains roll with hunch.
16, 17.
Around the back, you can see a little bit of a car.
Oh yeah, we gotta go that way.
You guys leave your car, head around. So there's a side door and there's woods behind, and you can hear the streams in the woods. Head around the side towards the back here to see this car. What are you looking for, and how are you doing it?
Well, if we saw the white vehicle, I'm taking a wide berth around it to see is this damaged in any sort of way whatsoever.
I'm looking for what type, because she said there was a church van, the doctor had a truck.
Yeah.
And who was
Alan had the truck.
Alan had the truck. Doctor just also had a... Okay.
Yeah.
So you head around. There's no roll on this. It's clearly a church van. It says Third Baptist on it. And the front is damaged. I'm gonna have you give me a flight roll, and not with hunch, because you have not said that you're trying to be quiet or, sneaky as you head around here.
16.
2.
Okay. I think you've been really focused on camera work, which is not a super loud activity. But Eloise, I think you just are sort of barreling in looking for answers here a little bit, and so not being very, sneaky about it as you head around here.
You said there was a dent?
There's definitely damage to the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we see any blue paint?
Yeah, I think you see something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Just look at you like we are so getting an A.
here there's there's the van, there's a dumpster, there's a back door, there's the woods where you were planning to maybe come from at one point.
I'm saying to Brody, okay, it seems like maybe the church van hit the young woman, but also the pastor seems pretty influential in the town. I feel like Sandy might be the only other person that we met that might be like on par with him. Should we like maybe try and look up her phone number and call her and just try and let someone else know about this information?
That would be. Do we see her like her? Is she on like on a bench somewhere kind of deal? It's a small.
She
town,
told us
but-
Sandy Side.
Yeah, she told you
Yeah.
the name of Sandy Side Properties is her business, so you can just look it up.
I forgot smartphones existed for a second.
Yeah. This isn't a medieval.
Yes, you can easily look it up and call her.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll definitely give her a call. Give her a call.
Great.
You call, it goes to voicemail, and you hear her come on voice message going, this is Sandy Rubin from Sandy Side Properties. Sorry I missed your call, but I'll call you back as soon as I can. Leave me a message here, and have a blessed day.
Yeah, I would just leave a voicemail. Hey Sandy, it's Brody Lambert. We talked this morning. I kind of follow up with the information we got from the librarian, and just say, we knew someone was looking on your behalf for some stuff and found out about the water tests, and that wasn't going through. Does look like this van over by the church has hit the Mira, right? Mira's vehicle of some sort from the footage I got, and just piecing some things together. We need someone else on our side. Give me a call back so we can, we can make sure that this town is heading in the right direction like you'd like it.
Yeah, you leave that message. Give me one more roll of whatever you want as you do, another look around here.
I'm going brains.
And what are you?
Flight.
Oh, I don't know. I should have thought of that before I saw the.
You can still say what you're looking for at the number.
I'm looking around looking for whoever maybe brought the van here.
Okay.
Or also looking in what's in the van.
Rather than looking, can I kind of listen in? Is there some sort of machinery running inside the high school?
Yeah, give me brawn for that.
Okay.
I think for you, Eloise, there's maybe a little bit of frost on the ground. Like you can see a bit of footprints, like someone walked out of this van and went inside. I don't think you see anything super. What was your number again? 6. I started reacting without even asking you because I saw from your reaction that it wasn't good. But 6 is not terrible. But you don't see anything super recognizable in the van. You see a styrofoam coffee cup.
Snacks.
Yeah, we need to break in and break into the car, steal the coffee.
It's your coffee, morning coffee, finally.
Little, generic coffee cup, generic styrofoam coffee cup, and maybe a little hint of footprints sort of headed towards the high school. And you rolled brawn to listen. Are you listening more towards the door or more towards the woods?
I think to the door, because I assume something's in the high school because all connected. Would I be able to use the assist?
Yeah, go ahead and listen. Yeah. And what are you guys at now?
We're at the D12.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it was almost a 12. Okay. 9. That's 13.
You hear noise similar to the lighthouse. There's definitely something going on the other side of the door. And I think because you have good rolls there, as you're listening in, you also very briefly hear a phone ring, and then it stops. It's almost like as soon as it started, someone stopped it. What that noise was loud, but you can't hear if someone picked it up or what happened. It's if something happened after it.
Mhm.
It's like,
Should we go
We
inside?
gotta go inside. This is gonna be so check my battery, check my SD card, start heading in and see where we can find a door. I'm checking for like rust on the hinges and stuff like that to see if we're not making too loud of a noise. See if we can catch someone in the act. This will be the cherry on the top of our A+ grade.
Yeah, as you guys head in and you're kind of talking about this is going to be really good footage, what are you feeling in this moment?
I'm feeling scared, like this is bad, but we need to get this, but I'm feeling like maybe this is the pastor inside and I've got a really bad feeling about him.
Yeah.
I don't trust him at all.
And are you walking in, loudly or quietly?
Oh, we're
Quietly.
sneaking.
Yeah, I want to catch him.
Maximum stealth.
Roll flight with hunch. It sounds like you're hoping to catch someone in the act of something to try and like expose them
18.
basically.
19.
19. Okay. And you got 18.
18.
Oh, great.
We know we're just trying to get to that 20. That's all.
I don't care about anything else.
You guys are pretty quiet. As you creep into this back area, you sort of enter into an athletic area, and there's a pool right in there, and the pool is full of water. There's pipes coming in and out of that pool, and they're sort of going further into the building.
What color's the water in the pool?
Yeah, so the lights are off in here, so I would just say do a flat brains roll.
20. Nat 20.
Rolling
I'll
it.
go again. A 19. 39.
Great.
That's so crazy.
I've never seen you roll this good.
I know, I never roll like this.
On that nat 20 and high roll.
Yeah, it was a 39.
It was 39. This water, you don't even need you barely even look at it. It smells like the lake. This is the lake water. And you can see there is the pool in the school is full of the water. And there are pipes going to other places. And then above there's a like canopy with wiring and poles and things that it looks like somehow comes down over the water and maybe presses or something like that. And it's like pretty industrially structured. There's just a lot going on, and it all is very intentional.
Okay.
As you guys sort of creep in here.
Yeah, should we do the brawn roll to see if we can break anything?
Well, my first thought goes to, in nature documentaries, they're not allowed to mess with the nature until after they're done shooting. So should we wait till after we're done?
Yep.
Can't mess with our subjects.
Yep, I think you're right. Yeah. Okay. Especially we got to figure out what's going on before we call attention.
Yeah. So that's I would still search for that source of the phone call that we heard earlier.
So you sort of look around. There doesn't look to be anything like in this room there's no phones or anything. So you sort of head through the door out into and you open the door, and what used to be a gym is now full of giant tubs and pools full of water. It's basically like lots of little things. There are different pipes going to it. This place is housing water and moving it from one to the next. And they each have like they're like in it's like you're in some type of factory. There's like these industrial canisters for some of them, and some of them it's like open, but there are those like lid that you saw on the other one that can like come down. And I think give me just like a brains roll to like sort of be that's what you see generally, but like
it would have been an 8, 0, and 11, 19.
Okay, so you're looking around. There's the one closest to you. There's a pretty large platform, a few steps in a platform, and there's something on the. It looks like there's a phone on the ground on the platform.
Okay.
Let's go through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go closer to it. I'm watching out for someone had to turn it off or answered it.
Okay, so you guys head up to, you look at the platform, you head around. Yeah, give me just another brains as you're looking for that.
You said with the just gonna start doing all
Yeah, you can do hunch from here, yeah.
Okay. 13.
28.
28. Okay. You go up to pick up the phone, you're looking around. You notice that there is in this like reformatted gym, there is like almost like a tech box where someone might sit to announce or like have computers or something. And you do notice that even though the lights are off in there, that there is like a little bit of light, like maybe someone has a laptop on or a phone or something. There's like a little bit of light in there. And then you guys get up on the platform. There's just so much random machinery around. I think there are like poles hanging from, it's like, it doesn't make sense to you because your brain does not work. You're like, there's weird stuff. Some of it's like hanging on wires. Some of it feels like it's swinging. Like there's lots of stuff going on here that just is confusing to you.
Okay.
I think you're getting the gist of some of it. Like water, you're like pumping water into here. Water is moving. Definitely. So it's not just like still water. It's not like turning bad. The water is in motion, but it's going through a bunch of different pools kind of in order to keep it moving in here. I think that's what you realize on that sort of roll. You guys get there, you pick up the phone. The screen is shattered. It's off. There's blood on it. And I think both of you need to roll a brawn roll and a flight roll.
Oh boy.
What do you get?
So I got a 7 on my brawn and a 1 on my flight.
I'm a 10 on brawn, 7 on flight.
Okay.
We either do really well or we
Yeah.
don't. There's no in between.
You guys are looking at this and you're like kind of standing on this platform. The water is moving. You hear a bunch of things engage suddenly, but you hear it just a little too late. And from behind you, one of those swinging poles swings around and knocks you both into the pool you're standing over, into the water. And as soon as you hit the water and start to come out to like get out, you see the top part is already pretty far down. The phone flies out of your hand and hits down the stairs. And you give me one more brawn to see how well you do at trying to get out of this.
Okay.
No hunch on this because 3.
4.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Brody. Do you try to protect your camera?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do a separate flight roll to see if
Okay.
this awning thing that has wiring and is heavy is coming down.
Yeah.
You do not have time based on your rolls to get out, but you might have time to throw your camera through to like get it across. And I would say if you want to help him, you can roll a brains or a brawn. You can either try to physically help him get it over. I don't think it's set in that you're not going to get out yet, but I think it's like if we got to get the camera, or you can do a brains to see like, is there anything I can do to stop this? Is there any,
Okay.
Because he's focused on the camera. What are you focused on? Are you focused on getting out, or are you focused?
Yeah,
Okay, so do a brains to see if you can figure anything out. But this is not a hunch because you're now just reacting.
16.
16. Okay.
Natural 20.
You rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
And a 16, so 36.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
I think this is what happens. The water is. It's a little too deep for you guys. Like you can't quite reach, but it's not. You grew up swimming. I don't know how good of a swimmer you are, but it's like you're not like suddenly drowning. You're just in the water and you see this thing is coming down. You in your head are like, gotta get the camera out. Whether that's because you care about it more than your life, or whether that's just you want someone to find it, I don't know. But you're trying to get the camera out, and I think you notice, if I can just pull part of this wiring, maybe I can slow down this thing and we can get out. And so you're able to like kind of grab stuff and like pull it to get it to slow down, which gives you enough time to get your camera all the way out without damaging it. Your camera just slides right out and the awning comes down right as your camera goes through. And it keeps going. It keeps going until for a moment you guys are like, okay, now we have to figure out how to stop it to get out.
Mhm.
And then it pushes on your heads enough that you have to go underwater. And I think in this moment, as you're looking around trying to figure out, is there a way for us to get out? When you guys started on this adventure, on this trip to do your script, you were both super alone. And there's a series of moments where you're trying to figure out how to get out. And I think as you start to lose breath, you realize you're not going to get out. And you're also not alone. And so what do you do as the sort of this thing is pressing after it completely submerges you? It stops. You're losing breath. What kind of goes through your mind in those last moments as you are here together in this sort of pool?
I would think back over the last 24 hours and some of the things that most people would call strange or off-putting or weird have gotten us so much closer to the answer that we were looking for.
Mm.
And admire your availability to put yourself out there and to be adventurous without fear of being hurt and not looking for an agenda to be hurt. And admire that part of you. And I would just reach my hand out and try to just hold your hand as I've made a friend to go down with.
Oh, this is devastating. I am just thinking, I can't believe that I've experienced so much death. Like, my parents have died, and then we've been seeing this over the last day, and now I'm also gonna die. And I don't think I'm finding solace in the fact that I'm here specifically with Brody, but I'm just finding solace in the fact that I'm also not alone. And
Yeah.
I take the hand.
Yeah. And
I'm just kind of staring, like, panicked, like,
yeah,
this is it.
Yeah, I think as you guys realize there isn't really a way out of this, you hold hands, and after a little while, you just sort of, it's over. And that's the end. And this has been Case File 003, Brody Lambert Jr. and Eloise Lovelane, cause of death, drowning. And that's it.
Ooh.